It's one of the most shocking and controversial decisions in gaming, the death of Joel Miller in The Last of Us Part 2. In the game, it happens quickly and unexpectedly. The former protagonist dies nearly immediately and brutally by an unknown character, and Ellie now begins her quest for vengeance. During Season 2 of the HBO show, Joel dies in nearly the same gruesome way, but thanks to a couple of key differences, that powerful moment is basically ruined, and in my opinion, could potentially ruin the entire series. In the game, The Last of Us Part 2, Joel is killed by a character named Abby. It wasn't just a random act of violence. Joel murdered her father and all of the other Fireflies in order to save Ellie's life at the conclusion of the first game, The Last of Us. Years go by, Abby and the other Firefly kids join a paramilitary force known as the WLF and track down Joel, killing him for what he did. At this point in Ellie and Joel's story, Ellie refers to him as Dad. A weird misstep that the show doesn't include this familiarity. I don't understand why they didn't do this. And even though we as the player don't know this yet, Ellie and Joel at this point have reluctantly reconciled with Joel's decision to not let Ellie die to find a cure to the infection that basically killed the world. This sets the stage for the second game and provides further motivation for Ellie's quest for vengeance and why Joel had to die in this particular way, as Neil Druckmann, the Last of Us R tour and lunatic, explains.
We want him to die in this really unforgiving sort of way. Like, it needs to feel senseless for you to say, fuck these people, I'm going to pursue them to the ends of the earth and make them pay.
That senselessness and violence is so essential to motivate and explain away the horrific actions that Ellie is about to inflict to everyone around her in-game. Whereas in the show, all of Abby's motivations are explained, not only to the audience, but also to Joel himself as he is being killed. Yet, in the show, Joel doesn't reaffirm to Abby that he did the right thing, that he would do it all over again to save his daughter. Instead, we get the same response that he had in-game, swearing, saying just to get over it. That made sense in the game. It doesn't make sense in the show. It gives nowhere to go with Abby's character arc and really undermines her lethality and power as a character. It makes it really hard for that actor, who I think is a pretty good actor, to even sell this death scene. She comes off more like a bad Marvel villain spouting off dialogue for kids, including this, frankly, just embarrassing little nugget.
Pretty handsome.
Now compare that to the excellent work by the actress portraying Abby in the game, who had a very different understanding about what this scene was about, according to the game's director commentary.
I just remember shooting it and being like, this moment you've worked towards for so long and wanting it to feel right and wanting it to feel good. And it happens and you just feel fucking empty.
As for the other changes that undermine this moment between the game and the show, for some reason in the show there is a massive attack by the infected on the town of Jackson, where likely dozens of people are killed, their infrastructure is nearly destroyed, and the presumed safety of the town is now in jeopardy. In the game, nothing like that happens, which highlights right away how futile Ellie's quest for vengeance really is. She has a beautiful home, she may be starting a relationship with Dina. All of that is at risk if she leaves to find her dad's killers, but in the show, if she catches the Fireflies, she would also be getting vengeance tangentially for the attack on Jackson. It puts the stakes completely out of whack and frankly just doesn't make sense, much like the casting of Abby. I understand why they didn't go with a massive muscled lady for the character. I have hundreds of Last of Us videos. I saw the unwarranted hatred and misogynistic vitriol against a woman with muscles by gamers. But in the show, Abby is portrayed by maybe the smallest working actor. Yet in Joel's death scene, when she isn't spouting off some really bad dialogue, she kills Joel in the exact same way as the game, minus a golf club being stabbed into his throat in the end. It's difficult to take the TV show's Abby seriously, and this would have been an excellent opportunity to change the way Joel dies based on the character and give her some sort of arc. Use a knife, use her size, really torture Joel just in a different way, show us a nameless lethal sociopath, and we'll get to see how Abby changes from this moment to what we see at the end of the game. Abby, who has realized that hatred really leaves no room for love or peace, something that arguably Ellie never really learns. Ultimately, I think the show really missed the point of Joel's death and did such a bad job, I think it could derail the entire point of the series. What do you think? Where do you think the show is going? In my next video, I want to look more into Abby from the show versus the game and why these muscles that were so contentious really do matter.